Well, we can get into the nitty gritty.
Cattle Call podcast. We have another female guest. That's 3 in a row now. So we are getting very, very diverse. I have my friend Kristen. How do you pronounce your last name?
I want to hear you try to pronounce
Lusby?
it. Yeah, good job.
Okay, so we have Kristen Lusby. Kristen, how are you?
Bum, bum, ba-da-da-bum. I'm doing good.
Wow.
I'm excited to be on here.
And that was your intro music?
Yes, that's copyrighted.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
And are you going to use it for the outro too, you think?
Yes, every time you say my name.
Oh, no. I'm just going to call you her.
Okay.
Oh, can I?
Her?
Are you her?
Yes, I'm the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
What is that about?
The Alexa girl with Scarlett Johansson?
I don't think I've seen it.
You really not know what I'm talking about?
No, I remember hearing about it. I just don't know what it was about.
Oh, okay. It was like nominated for Oscars.
Really? Did it win any?
I really can't tell if you're being sarcastic. I don't know.
For real. No.
I don't know if it did.
Really?
But I'm glad I can culture you. You need to look it
I
up.
appreciate it. Yeah, maybe I'll watch it after the debate tonight. So we have actually what might be the only presidential debate
I know.
tonight.
Right?
After this. And I have my friend Kristen on. What's your music?
Bum, bum, ba-da-da-da. Which honestly,
that was different that time than the first time.
I honestly think I'm stealing something from the movie Grease, but
What's
it's
that?
fine. That
I'm
is
kidding,
actually
I'm
about
kidding,
Alexa.
You had it backwards. Okay. Well, cool. Kristen, what do you do nowadays? What are you up to? What makes Kristen Kristen?
Well, I live in Memphis.
Are you from here?
I'm kind of, sort of. I was born in Memphis, raised in Greenfield, Tennessee. Shout out to Greenfield.
Where's that at?
Near Martin, Tennessee, where UTM is.
Yes.
And I can get into a lot about Greenfield. And then I moved to Holly Springs, Mississippi.
Great town.
You love it.
I love that town.
You love it. I don't know why.
I love that town, yeah.
No, I do love Holly Springs. If any Holly Springs people are listening, shout out to y'all. And then I went to school at Ole Miss in Oxford. So
love Ole Miss.
Love Ole Miss. Hotty toddy.
Hotty toddy.
So now I'm here in the big city of Memphis.
The big city of Memphis. And what are you doing now?
I work for Girl Scouts Heart of the South. And yes, we can give you free cookies.
Really?
No.
Oh.
That's the first question I get. I got that today, actually, when I told someone where I worked.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it get old?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's
For
like
more than cookies.
Because it's not even like that funny either.
And
it's not like, oh, dude, the first 30 times
Yeah.
I always did laugh because it was just that funny.
But now it's like, I want you to buy cookies. Like, that pays my salary. So.
I remember I bought some back in, I don't even remember what
What kind
was.
of cookie do
early
you buy?
this spring.
What's your favorite flavor?
What's the one that's like the chocolate cover but has peanut butter in it?
Ooh, a tag-along?
Tag-along, that was it. Yeah, I like those. I bought like a box of those.
Yeah.
And they had like a new one that may have had, I don't remember what it was now. I bought like 3 boxes.
Okay.
And they're outside of Huey's. Me and my sister were going there for dinner, and they had a big table set up for Girl Scouts.
Thanks.
And I just opened a credit card, and I was like, you know what? This is going to help my credit right here.
That was
Buying
the
some
first thing
cookies.
you...
No, it was probably like the third. First one I bought was a hat for the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl win.
Okay, yeah. You
It
post
said
about them
Super
a
Bowl.
lot.
The Chiefs. Oh, gosh, I love the Chiefs. I actually just bought this bowl in Kansas City.
Really?
Over the weekend at an antique. So you guys can't see. You'll see it in the picture. There's a beautiful ceramic bowl on the table.
She's nice. What do we name her?
Her?
Oh, it's a man. I'm sorry.
You should remember.
It is a man. What are we naming him?
I don't know. You have any ideas?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's like your mascot now.
That's true. Yeah,
I don't
it is.
like.
I really
That's
like
a
it.
big Bernard the bull. Is
Bernard.
that you didn't like that one?
I don't dislike it.
No, thanks for supporting your local council, your Girl Scout council.
Hey, anytime.
But I do think we should have another talk about how to use a credit card.
What?
If you're making $15 payments.
Oh no.
Card.
I bought like a lot more stuff. On
Okay.
credit card. That just
Okay.
was like
You
one
just
of my
wanted
first
to meet that
purchases.
minimum so you can get those reward points.
Oh, and I did.
Did you?
I did. Yeah.
What kind of credit card is it?
It's just from U.S. Bank.
What's your
from my
social
bank.
security number?
I'll give you my credit score.
Okay.
Okay. We're up at a 738 right now.
Okay, nice.
So
what's your limit?
Thank you, girls. $1,000.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You want to know what my limit is?
Huh. 200.
8,500.
There you go. That's
Thanks.
good. Now I have another that's like a 5,000, but I
Okay.
don't use that one. But yeah,
Gotcha.
1,000. And then I have friends. I don't even know where we're going to credit cards anyway. But I have one friend, and he was talking about. I think his limit was like $250. I thought I mean, this is my first credit card. I'm like 1,000. That's a very modest amount.
Right.
That's good to build some credit. Don't do anything too crazy. I can't get myself out of.
Exactly.
And you're like $200. You're like,
I mean,
you
I
buy,
use
like, one
mine
steak
for
dinner. You're halfway there.
Right. I use mine for rent. So.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I didn't think you could do that.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it had to like come out of your account.
No, I said my rent's through my credit card, and then I immediately pay it from my account because responsibility. But
That's right. That's something the Girl Scouts much teaches.
Money management.
yeah.
We actually do.
Really?
Yeah. We're
Really?
big entrepreneurs here. I mean, the cookie program is, I mean, they
That's
get to
pretty big.
save their own money and use it towards whatever they want.
Really? Okay, so how does the cookie program work?
Honestly, I can't really give you a lot of details because I work in the programs department, so
Oh.
I really don't know a lot about cookies.
Really?
Mm.
Okay, so what more does Girl Scouts do than just cookies?
I mean, I'm sure you know they do summer camp, which is our department.
Gosh, yeah, I send my daughters there every summer.
Right?
Yeah.
Which one do you go to? Camp?
Holly Springs.
Like Pine Pack?
Yeah. Where's that one at?
I've just made that up.
Oh, okay, yeah, we love that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we love little Sally when she comes.
Oh, that my daughter? Oh yeah, dude, great girl.
Yeah, she's real sweet.
Yeah, that's good.
So no, I work in the program department, which does all special events. So any event that your little girl goes to, it's put on by us. So really, we're like event planners. I'm also over Kappa Deltas. Kappa Deltas philanthropy is
Like the
Girl
sorority?
Scouts. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And we have 6 chapters in our council,
Really?
going from Union University all the way to Mississippi State.
Hail State, sure.
Right. They got that big win on Saturday, though. Beat LSU.
I saw. Did Ole Miss play or no?
They did.
Who'd they lose to?
Florida.
Nice.
Yeah. It was cool.
Starting out strong. Sweet.
So yeah, I'm over Kappa Delta sorority. I help do all their events, and I'm over travel, which kind of got derailed this year.
Why?
I don't know. People just stopped traveling for some
Really?
reason. Yeah, I
and they
can't
stopped
tell
playing
you.
sports and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
They wear like cloth on their face.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know what's
It doesn't-
happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh-uh.
Does Girl Scouts sell masks? Y'all do that too?
I don't think we sell masks. No.
Oh, hey, one of our roommates just got here. That's Drew.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, Drew. Drew loves the Chiefs.
What? Why the Chiefs?
Well, he's from Missouri. The
Okay.
guy who just got married in Kansas City, he's from Missouri. And then I was born in
Missouri?
Kansas. Missouri.
Were you born in Kansas, for real? Oh.
So my dad's from there, and then I was born there, and then right before I turned 4, we moved to Nashville,
Okay.
and then stayed there.
So not a Titans guy?
No, came in as Chiefs. It was always Chiefs, and every time the Chiefs play at the Titans, we go. So my dad and I went last November when they ended up losing, but they won the Super Bowl, so it didn't really matter.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so no, not a Titans, and it's kind of cool because when we were there, we were in the Kansas City section, which was at least half the stadium.
Right.
And we're talking to all these people around us are from Kansas City or parts of Kansas, Missouri. And what people do is, because Nashville's such a destination city, these people make like long weekends. So when their team comes to play the Titans, a lot of people will come like to Nashville for a week or a weekend.
Right.
And they'll watch their team, then they'll hang out in the city. So like I was talking to a season ticket holder, like, oh yeah, it's always like this. Like no matter who we're playing, it's always like a home game for the visiting team because so many people come just hang out in Nashville.
Okay, nice.
So
Sweet.
fun fact, but yeah, go Chiefs. So why are you at Girl Scouts? What was like the
What was the draw?
yeah, like what that drew you in?
Well, it started out, well, it still kind of is a communications position, and I got a degree in integrated marketing communications with a minor in business, hotty toddy. So I saw this job posted on Choose 901, and I thought, oh, this looks fun. And I got there, and it was a blast. I love it so much. I love all my coworkers. It's all girl led.
We love that.
And, you know, it shows that women are warriors.
Right.
And now I have a lot of good friends from my work. So, like besties.
Really?
And I've never been like a work bestie kind of girl, but like me and my program team, shout out to the program team, like BFFs.
Really?
Yeah.
Including the lady sitting at the table with us?
Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we love her.
Do you want to introduce her?
Yes. This is Alex. She's taking a picture of us right now, and she actually introduced me and you.
This is her. Alex, you want to say hi in the mic real quickly?
Hey.
That was a strong hey.
She will be on the podcast at some point, we promise. Yeah, she did introduce us.
Yes.
So
do you remember?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah. I remember, like, because we hit it off.
Yeah.
Like, my mom talks about sometimes when you just connect with people.
Right.
And there's people that you may be friends with, may have good conversation, but there's some people you just, like, connect. I remember after, like, hanging out with the two of y'all, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
We just connected.
I agree.
Like, that was one of those. And,
yeah.
you're
like, we're like female male counterparts, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, for
like,
sure.
We're like yin to yang.
Oh, yeah. And we see eye to eye on most issues, I'd probably say.
Yes.
But then I remember you were talking about your boyfriend, which we can bring him up in a second, but he does like the race horses.
Right.
Which I was like, okay, let's go. This is cool. This guy, does he breed them or just trains them or just owns them or?
He used to own part of them. He hasn't, he doesn't own any right now,
Really?
but he is still good friends. He's actually going into business with 10 Strike Racing people, and they're the ones who own all the horses that he like own part of them with.
Okay.
So he's still really good friends with them, and they're out of Memphis. So
Really?
Go 10 Strike.
Maybe we could get some of them on the podcast. Talk about horse racing. I'd love to talk about horse racing.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So if anyone wants to, we can come on and talk about it.
I will hook you up. We're going to get
yeah.
Marshall on this podcast.
Please do. Marshall? Is that the owner or?
Yeah, he's a good guy. He works
Really?
at Rhodes. He's a professor at Rhodes.
Oh, no kidding.
He's like all-knowing.
Smart cat.
He's
Yeah.
a smart guy.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's into horses too.
Yeah, and he's into horses.
Did you watch the Kentucky Derby this year?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know what was happening.
My boyfriend was actually down. We were actually at the dinner table, and I was talking to him, and he was like, I'm sorry, can you hold on 1 second? Like, I got to finish this race. And I was like, what race? And he was like, the Kentucky Derby. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, but no one was even there.
I was like, we can turn this on the TV. But yeah.
Good for Jared.
Jared.
Yeah. Was 10 Strike the company you wanted to shout out? Was that them?
No, the company I want to shout out is The Joint, which will be opening in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and Gulfport, Mississippi / Biloxi, Mississippi.
The Joint.
The Joint Chiropractic.
Oh, wow.
Go today to get $29 adjustment. There you go.
And why The Joint? What do you love about The Joint?
I want him to succeed.
It's his business?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it's a chain. There's one up there. Have you seen it? It's over by Target. It's like a chain of chiropractors. So he's like opening 2 of the franchises.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he into that chiropractics? I don't know a whole lot about it.
He's a big, he likes to get his back cracked.
Really?
Yeah. I've never done it.
Ooh, because like the neck and the back,
yeah,
and
it
the
freaks
shoulders
me out.
and hips. I knew someone like they do the hips where they'll grab your thigh and they pull your hip. And like,
pull it out of place.
I don't know, dude.
You know, like they do it to the race horses, and that's kind of how he learned. And like
I
a
would
woman will
love to do this on humans. Yeah,
freaks me out.
Are you gonna go?
Probably not, but Pods, I'm supporting you.
But you should go. Yeah, I'm not going, but everyone else listening should go. Okay, so you went to Ole Miss for communications,
I did.
or what was all of it? You said interim marketing, or
integrated marketing, communications.
Gotcha. And what drew you to doing that for a field?
I was very undecided, and I was undecided after my freshman year, and I just knew I was going to go to Ole Miss because I came from an Ole Miss family. All 5 of us in my family went to Ole Miss.
All 5, like your
mom
siblings
and dad,
Okay.
and both my siblings.
And you have what, 2 sisters or brother sister?
I have a brother sister.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I knew I was going to go. And we were 30 minutes from Oxford, so didn't have to pay out of state like my siblings did, you know? It's good times.
That is so nice.
And I went up to my advisor and I was like, you got to help me pick out a major because my parents are like, you got to decide a major. You can't just be in college for forever.
True.
And I was like, I think I want to do business. And she was like, are you good at math? And I was like, not really. Yeah. And she was like, well, there's a marketing one and it's through the School of Journalism. So I had to take a lot of math classes, but not as many.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I had to take like accounting 1, accounting 2.
That's just because it's marketing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and you had to get a business minor. You had to. It was built in.
Oh, okay. That's kind of nice, though.
Yeah.
I thought you kind of opted into that.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's one reason when we kind of hit it off as we talked. And, of course, we're both Christians. And
we love Jesus.
I'll say, I know I'm conservative. And I know you and I see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But then, like you talked about, I was in journalism.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, I just graduated in journalism. So we were just kind of talking through. Then I found out the racehorses, which I just love the equestrian world,
Yeah.
Just love it. So
yeah, it is interesting.
Even I actually have a horse. I'll show you this after in my room. I got a nice big horse that's on my dresser.
Oh my goodness.
Kind of like this bull, but it's a horse. And it's also anatomically correct.
Where did you get this horse?
I got that so I worked at a moving company.
Okay.
When I was home, and it was my last move of the summer. This was back in like mid-August.
Right.
And we moved someone down to Alabama, and we're leaving, her house in Franklin. We're going down to Alabama, and she has these 2 horses on her mantle. And I was like, that's a really cool horse. And she's like, you want it? I'm like, serious?
That's really
sweet. And then she's
sweet.
like, yeah, it's my great grandma's, but I've been wanting to part with it for years. But since it's my great grandma's, I just don't want to get rid of it. But I just don't want it. She's like, you seem like you really like it.
Aw.
I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. So I like wrapped it up in a T-shirt or something so it wouldn't get broken because it's like kind of metal.
Right.
And like the mane and all that's real thin. So like,
Yeah.
well, and I brought it to Florence, Alabama and back, and now it's sitting right there. It's about 10 pounds.
Do you remember the lady's name?
Oh, Kelly, maybe? Hold on.
Kelly.
No, Nancy.
Kelly. Nancy, if you're listening to this.
I want to say it was Kelly.
What is it haunted with the great grandmother's spirit?
No,
And that's why she was giving it to
It just
you?
comes alive at night. It just runs around, but it's
Okay.
harmless. Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. It is him for sure. So anyway, okay, so you work at Girl Scouts. You went to Ole Miss
Yes.
for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, let's talk about your upbringing.
Okay.
So you have a mom and dad, and
mom
what
and
do
dad.
mom and dad do? I remember.
My dad's a pastor,
Okay.
Southern Baptist. So, and this is when we can get into my childhood.
Okay.
And I learned a lot living in Greenfield. And one reason I became friends with Alex, who introduced us, was
Sure.
because she was from West Tennessee and we had a mutual friend.
No
and
kidding?
Yeah. And learned a lot from growing up in a town less than 2,000 people.
Right.
We only had one stoplight. And you learn that Christians can be mean. Christians can
Yeah.
be mean people.
Yeah.
And it's turned me off to smaller churches because my dad's church was like, about 200 members. And some of those people that were supposed to be like the light of the world were some of the most judgmental people I know.
Mm-hmm.
And it really, I would say, shaped me as a Christian.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when would you say you became a Christian? How old?
I was 8.
Okay.
And I was for sure. I know, like, you maybe doubt or go to
Yeah.
youth conference later and like, oh, I wasn't saved. No, I knew for a fact
Good.
that Jesus came into my heart. And yeah,
At 8 years old.
at 8 years old,
Okay.
got baptized
And-
at 8.
And what has it looked like since you were, saved so early?
Well, we can get into the nitty gritty. I struggle with mental health. And I would say if I hadn't had my Christianity, and it started at an early age, I got it like in 7th grade, I kind of had a mental breakdown. Like my mom talked to the doctor and she was like, we don't know what's going on. Like she's just worried about everything. And honestly, if I hadn't been in such like a Christian bubble, it would have I would have spiraled out of control. So really, I would say Jesus has been the center of my life through that because of my anxiety and OCD that I was diagnosed with. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is, from like, I guess a clinical standpoint,
yeah.
what exactly is anxiety?
Okay, so I take medicine for anxiety, but
Okay.
I was diagnosed with OCD. So it's
Okay.
not like cleaning. It's more just intrusive thoughts that you feel like you have to fix.
Like what kind of things?
I don't know, just any bad thought. Think of any terrible thought that could come to your head. Like,
Terrible thought?
yeah.
Like dying in a car wreck on your way
Right.
home?
Okay, say that's what's in your head for the day because you would
Really?
get many different ones and the whole day you would spend rationalizing it. Okay, well, maybe I should just not get into a car today. That would fix the issue. But then eventually you're going to have to.
Sure.
And so the rest of the day you'll spend fixing it. It's the equivalent to a guy maybe thinking he has to flick the light switch like 15 times or his family wouldn't die. I'm not doing that solution, but I'm thinking in my head, how can I fix this problem in my head? And then it just doesn't go away.
Even if there's not a problem yet.
Even if there's not even a problem.
Okay.
I read a book about it and it was basically like, your ceiling's not going to fall on you,
Yeah.
but you're going to rationalize all day how you can make
Yeah.
it not fall. And there's no point because it's not going to fall. I mean,
Right.
there's maybe a 0.00001% chance it could.
Sure.
So that's kind of how I describe it. Like I'm fixing a problem that's not even there.
Right.
So-
Wow. Okay. So how, just from your experience, how do you find that balance between, okay, here's just my faith and my foundation. I'm just going to trust God with it.
Yeah.
But then also I need to take some practical, like real world steps here.
And that is just the age old question. Mostly
Yeah.
because, you feel like, am I trusting God because I'm
Yeah.
going to do this thing? I'm going to take a pill to make
Yeah.
my serotonin better. And I've struggled with that. But I say God made doctors for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to have cancer and not take chemo.
Right.
So you got to know, God made this for a reason, and he's going to find a way to help you through it. So even if I have to take a pill, the same way I'm going to read my Bible every night too.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand.
Gotcha. Okay. And have you seen like victories?
Oh yeah, for sure.
In the past? Okay.
Yeah. It's never like I wake up and I'm feeling 100% okay. But it's like you look back at a memory and you're like, oh, I don't think I was sad then, or I don't think I was worried then. And that's a big deal to me because I was always afraid that like it was going to be debilitating in like the big moments in my life. And it never has been. Those moments have always, God's protected me from those thoughts, like in the moments that I want to be really good, No one wants to think like on my wedding day, am I going to be anxious the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's true.
So it's good to know that I feel protected and that I can look back on this days and be like, oh, that was actually a good day.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And how else is Greenfield, besides like the mental health or just your whole upbringing, what else was like shaped or brought to the surface?
So I'm going to give a little plug for my friend Sierra.
Sure.
She's my bestie, and we're still best friends, and we've known each other since 5th grade, and we both moved away the same time. Okay. So I was so sad when I had to move in high school to a different state because obviously I knew my friends and stuff.
Is that when you moved from Tennessee to Mississippi?
To Mississippi, okay. Yeah. But it was so weird when I revealed to her that I was moving. She was like, Kristen, I'm moving at the end of the year. And I was like, that is such a God thing that like my best friend in the world is moving a different state too. So like, it's not even like I would even have her like the rest of high school.
Where'd she move?
She went to South Fulton, Kentucky, but now she lives in Nashville. So
in Nashville or Asheville?
Nashville.
Okay.
Titans.
Oh yeah.
Go Titans.
Go Chiefs for sure.
But we dealt with a lot of bullying, I would say. And like, I mean, it's so hard to think that people might not like me. But at the time, we really did like.
What, from guys or girls or
both?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I had a guy tell me to get in the street and let a car run me over. I did not. I was a weirdo, and I'm still a weirdo.
I don't think so.
Well, I was a very talkative person, and so maybe
that is true.
Yeah. So I bet people were like, she's got to be quiet. And if you're the guy who told me to kill myself, you know who you are. I hope you're listening.
Yeah, he might be.
He might.
Yeah.
I will say I do talk to 2 other people from Greenfield. One's name's Bethany, one's name's Lauren. I hope y'all are listening. Thanks for sticking by me. But I don't talk to anybody else in my town, which is crazy because I lived there for 15 years and like my siblings graduated from high school there and my dad was a pastor there. But yeah, girls were mean too. I was kind of like an ugly duckling. Like I had a lot of acne and I was kind of like, I don't know, awkward. Y'all don't see the move I'm doing, but
it's a quirky move.
It's kind of how I stood. So I don't know. I wasn't well liked. Yeah, I would say. But then I moved away and it got a lot better. And I was really nervous about moving. And I cried and cried. And after like the 5th day of my new school.
In Holly Springs.
In Holly Springs at Marshall Academy, I came up to my mom and I was like, okay, God did this for a reason. I'm going to quit crying. I was like, I've got to start somewhere. And we're just going to quit crying every day. And it became the best thing for me. Like the best.
Well, that's good.
I got voted Miss Marshall. I was class favorite. I'm telling you, I was not liked at all at my other school.
Really?
And so this was very crazy for me.
So
and
you
I
just
was
needed to make that move to the next one.
And it's so crazy because like that was like my big fear. I was like, I will never be able to move. Like I'm going to be so scared. And then God saw me through it.
Now, did you change any of the way that you were like behaving when you made that? Like, okay, I have a fresh start. Yeah. I'm going to act differently. Or were you still yourself? Or was like, I'm still going to be myself?
Still so myself.
Okay, that's good.
I want all my teachers to know in Greenfield and Marshall Academy that they will know that I'm the most talkative person they've ever had in class. The loudest, that's just me. That was always me. I can't control that. So I stayed myself. I just had nicer people.
Yeah. That's a huge part all you have around you.
Yeah.
Man, see, I just don't ever picture, maybe because I didn't experience or see it or do it, but like I don't picture guys bullying girls.
Oh,
like you know those little like scare tactic middle school guidance stuff where it's like they go and slap the books out of your hands and you're like, oh, that never happened at my school. And like I can't picture like I always picture like it's girl versus girl and guy versus guy.
No, it was guy. I can name 2.
You don't have to.
I'll do it. Drake, are you listening? Jeremy.
Right.
Never hear this
when I
podcast
put this on Instagram,
ever.
I'm gonna pick a random Drake and Jeremy.
I don't follow them. They don't have me. They will never hear this podcast. But
So you're saying I'll never be famous?
I mean, actually, they might. And
One day.
if you're listening, you made me really sad. So
But it's what you needed. You needed a.
there's that.
Well, good for you. Good for you for being Miss Marshall.
Oh yeah, I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. We didn't have many girls in our class, but
But you still were the Miss Marshall.
I'm still in the hallway.
You are.
Yeah.
Should we go visit after this? You
I
think?
mean, you can. My mom still works at the school as a bookkeeper.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to get a picture.
I mean,
The
you
picture
like
of
Holly
the-
Springs.
I love Holly Springs.
Come by anytime.
I love the drive because you hit LaGrange the way I always go. I go to LaGrange and hang out LaGrange for a second, and I keep going. And you hit whatever that highway is, I don't remember, and you stay all the way down to Holly Springs.
Yeah.
And Bailey, my girlfriend, like we've been in there a handful of times, and we'll go eat somewhere. We'll grab coffee. We'll walk around. We'll drive around, see houses.
Oh yeah, the houses are
And then,
beautiful.
oh, great old Southern homes.
Pilgrimage, the annual pilgrimage.
Is there a pilgrimage there? Oh, see, I've yet to go to that.
We dress up in the dresses. It's a lot of fun.
Really?
You get a tour of the houses.
Really? Now, do guys dress up in dresses too, or they have their own stuff?
They have like their coattails. We have actual
nice.
like a town queen. It's very Stars
Now,
Hollow.
have you won that one yet?
The town queen is only if your mom's in the garden club, and my mom's not in the garden club.
Oh, that sounds like old money South.
It is very
Yeah.
the DAR Emily Gilmore.
I don't.
You don't know the reference. It's
Is
fine.
it Gilmore Girls?
It is Gilmore
Okay,
Girls.
my mom and sister watched that, so
It's a
I
good
know the
show.
Gilmore name. That's up like Northeast, right?
Yeah, Connecticut.
Okay, I think they went and saw stuff when they're in the Northeast
Oh,
for
that's
Gilmore
fine.
Girls. So.
I would get along with your sister because she also watches The Office.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She watches The Office. We quote it back and forth to each other. Yeah, you ought to meet her. She's in Memphis. You ought to
Oh,
meet her
really?
sometime. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you would get along with my mom. So one reason too, I saw we connect is you kind of remind me of my mom in some ways too. So
you.
and now my mom, I will say, is a powerful woman.
Is she?
Yeah, and like one thing that you and Alex have in common is like you're just pretty like upfront, pretty like powerful women.
Yeah.
So
We both punched each other in the face when we first met each other.
I saw you guys out there wrestling in the driveway. Yeah. So that's good.
No, Alex really is. I would say Alex is also a female me because like she just came up to me and started talking and I was like, that's what I would do.
Alex can talk.
Alex
Yeah.
can talk for sure.
She'll have to come on. And now they're holding hands.
So your sister's in Memphis?
Yeah, she's lived on South Campus.
What does she do?
She's in nursing school there.
Oh, okay, nice.
So, yeah, so she's I'll probably see her sometime this week. But she's right down the road, and I usually see her for like church or on weekends. And she'll
Okay.
come watch a Chiefs game over here. Go Chiefs! We're big
Hotty
Chiefs
toddy.
fans. Yeah, it's a nice one. We put up for my whole life up until like 2 years ago. It's just there's been no fruit to being a Chiefs fan.
You're right.
You
And
know?
so now you're just
And people are like,
living it
"Chiefs."
out.
Oh gosh! And like we were up in Kansas City this past weekend and after the Super Bowl here, and there's just flags everywhere and murals everywhere, and just they already were passionate, but now it's just a whole nother level. Like it's just
Right.
It's just go Chiefs. That's just all. That's just all it is.
It's just go Chiefs, man.
That's it. So might have to get a tattoo.
I think you should. What
if-
would you get? Like just the logo?
I would probably get Patrick Mahomes on a horse with a nice big like chief headdress, the big
Okay.
feather headdress. What's that? Get it on my neck. I probably would. Now I'll go for that. I will say, people are talking about, oh, they might change the Chiefs name. Oh, hold on, look at my background. I think about it. Look at that.
Oh.
That's a cigar store Indian in Chattanooga. That's my background.
Okay.
But I've always loved the Native American stuff because in Kansas they have
Right.
a good amount of that, and
do
we
you
do
have
that
Native
drive.
American blood in your family?
Not like a significant amount.
Okay.
It's like a very small percentage. And I didn't even
Right.
find out about it until high school. My uncle mentioned it, so it's not like enough to be like, oh, so you're going to pay for my college?
Right. Yeah.
It's enough.
You're
to-
not
And what?
I'm not gonna say.
Elizabeth Warren?
No, I wasn't gonna say.
Oh,
I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about someone else.
oh. Okay, I'll say it. It's my podcast. Yeah, I mean, because I think technically, and I could be wrong. Someone could fact check me on it, but I think technically we all have like a small amount,
small
just because
percentage, yeah.
historically, like all of our ancestors came here.
Right.
Unless you're Indonesian, maybe not. I don't know. But they're pretty tribal.
Her dad was
Indonesian. Yeah. So like you may have some in the white, but also that thing is like there's quote Indians all over the world.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, they're
Yeah.
all
Because
over.
everyone's
it's like they're and it's weird because like when
native to their own country.
Right. And when I was in Alaska, there's not really any like white or black people there. Because I mean, it's so old and like it's so secluded. Everyone there, like they're just called natives, and they all look like your typical Native American, like skin tone and hair and features.
Right.
And you look like, oh yeah, like you can tell they look like, oh, they're a Native American. They are like, and they're just called natives.
People,
yeah, they're so indigenous. So I mean, yeah, I don't want to go into. I think they're super neglected.
No,
and they're
I agree.
super oppressed. So yeah, there's something. Have you ever watched Wind River? I don't know why this became a big movie review podcast, but
I don't know, but we can make it one.
Wind River, yeah.
I don't know that one.
It was on Netflix for a little while, but it's a true story.
Okay.
And pretty much it's on an Indian reservation out in like Wyoming, but there's like some crime, and then at the very end they show some stats and just some information, you know, like when it's based on a true story, and then just at the end it's like let you know how it ended. And it was talking about how like the federal government just keeps no tabs on any of like the Native Americans, and like they're kind of like their own judicial system. But also on top of that, like stuff can happen and the government just doesn't care. So like they don't track rapes, murders, kidnapping, like missing people.
Crazy.
So they go, oh, it could be like 1,500 went missing in this time span, or like 150,000. We just don't know because we don't like look up, we don't look after them.
And this is like based on a true story.
Oh yeah, this is not that old of a story either.
Oh my gosh.
It was like a murder, and it was like looking through it.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah, so they're a pretty neglected group of people, but it's I don't know. We'll see the direction our country's headed in.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You might just be Kansas City football team soon.
I know. That was a joke all weekend. It's like they're gonna get rid of the Chiefs. I'm like, dude, they better not. I mean,
Keef, would he have to change his name?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably, I think because it wasn't the chief off the smoking. You know when you're chiefing on something, so it's probably off of that. They go, oh no, he wasn't being insensitive. He was just smoking a ton of marijuana.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So anyway,
that's what it is. I don't know the lingo.
Yeah, well, I'm just super woke.
You are woke.
I'm just so woke. Anyway, so let's talk about feminism.
Okay.
Or just being a woman. So so enlighten me.
I'm well versed in that subject.
That is true. You are a woman.
I am.
So what is it like? Okay, just tell me what it's like being a woman. What's it like being a woman, like a Christian woman, a woman in the South, a woman at Girl Scouts? How do you being a woman, how does that influence how you look at your role in Girl Scout? I mean, just what does it mean to be a woman?
It's hard. I would say it's hard being a woman. It's hard like balancing a fine line between girl power and just I hate men and men are terrible and we're the better gender.
Sure.
But at Girl Scouts, we are taught, to be strong women at a young age. And we were talking at Girl Scouts this week about the ratification of women voting and how crazy it was that there was a time that we just couldn't because I think women are like the strongest people. Like you said, your mom. She's a powerhouse. Like
she's a lioness, dude.
Like is she not like the matriarch of the family? Like she's the glue.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how my mom is. And my dad obviously is
your dad's still strong.
My dad's still great in the head of the household.
To be strong
but
too.
Yeah, like my mom's going to be like in the kitchen making a casserole, playing with her grandbaby, like doing all the things at the same time. And I don't know. I feel I have a niece now.
Congratulations.
She's 1. So I want her to grow up and be strong.
Is this from the brother? Or?
This is from my brother.
Okay.
And by the time this comes out, my sister is pregnant as well. So I'm about to have another.
Is that the one in New Orleans?
Yes. I'm really excited.
The one that's going to come on the podcast next?
Yeah.
Sick.
She really will.
Really? Because doesn't she work in news or something, you said?
She used to. She got a new job.
Oh, dude. She still has it. It's like riding a bike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look at you. You're thriving.
She's got it. But I want girls to be strong, and I want my niece to grow up and know women are powerful and strong. But I also don't want to take that away from. I don't want to take anything away from men. Like, I mean, I love men.
You're dating one, right?
I am dating a man, and I think he's great. He's like my favorite person in my life. So, and I would never want my children to think any less of them because they are a man. But then again, it is hard to be a woman in this time. I don't know. It's hard to walk a fine line being a conservative Christian woman and wanting to be girl power, but then also respecting the males.
Yeah. So do you think overall it's a man's world?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Let's just speak about America.
Okay.
Because 80% of the world is a man's world.
I mean,
in America right now, is it a man's world?
Is it a man's world? I want to be. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be fair. I don't know. I can't. I can't answer this.
Yeah, it's kind of a loaded question.
It is a loaded question.
There's perks to both sides,
right.
of course. And I think both sides. That's why
I think in 2020 it's not a man's world, but I don't want to say that and like get crucified and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is tough because I think every single group. That's all right. Every single group. Is it bad to say it's a man's world though?
I don't know.
Because then at that point you can say, oh, you're saying men are more powerful. I don't think it's a man's
world in 2020. 20 years ago, it was a man's world. 40 years ago, it was a man's world. But I think we've made, I don't know, we've made changes and we've paved the way. And
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Okay, so I really can't say that.
Here's what I'll say.
Okay.
To kind of try to encompass
and
everything.
Mark.
All of us are thinking. Is I think every single demographic, if you want to do it by gender, ethnicity, age, whatever, all of us experience like privilege in some form, in some capacity. So when I think of like a man's world overall, it's stuff like I don't feel as threatened walking in my car every night.
Right.
You know?
Oh, absolutely.
So it's stuff like when I know my girlfriend, my mom, my sister, they're in certain situations. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, I don't want them there. Like, I don't want y'all in certain situations. Mm-hmm. But like, if I'm there, odds are of something happening to me,
it's not
very, very small.
Right.
You know? Mm-hmm. And like, as a guy, even before so I carry now, but before I started carrying, it's like, hey, if it comes down to like a fight, I can at least hold my own.
Right.
You know, then you throw firearms into the mix and it's like, you just feel safer. Of course, I'm not going to we can get into gun control. I don't care. I'm all about everyone should have the Second Amendment. Everyone should be utilizing it. Because it is like it's a like you're going to be the victim.
No,
I think
agree,
every
absolutely.
girl should be carrying in her purse. I'm going to say it. Girl Scouts, come fire me.
And Alex knows I've dealt with issues in the past couple of weeks where this wouldn't have happened to a man.
Yeah.
Just like even our maintenance guys, like being creepy and preying upon me, and I'm like, this would never happen to a guy, like. And no, you're right, and so I am worried to get gas at night, and you are not.
Right.
And there's a difference, and in that way, it is a man's world.
Sure.
Now, as far as jobs and stuff goes, I mean, I do think we should be equal pay.
Yeah, I don't know why that. Yeah, what's that even a discussion?
Honestly, women should make more. I'm kidding.
More than men.
More than men. Yeah. Women should make all the money.
Yeah.
Men can.
That should be on unemployment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But no, as far as like just living life, I think it is easier to be a man.
Really, overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Well, okay, what is something you think that I don't even know how to word it, but I guess just appreciating like what women offer versus what men offer. Everything seems nowadays that it's like there's like this competition of something needs to be done. And it's like, okay, well, here's like the best person for the job. And it's like, oh, no, we can't go off merits anymore. We got to do that. It's like equal.
Right.
I mean, what is something that, women just offer? Okay, quick story.
Okay.
My dad was talking about when he worked at Boeing. There was one project and he like oversaw some stuff, but there was this one specific room where they were making something with, I don't even want to get it wrong, but it was some part of the plane that was very meticulous.
Right.
And very time consuming and could be very frustrating. And Boeing only hired women in this one department to do it because they had the patience. I thought, small fingers. I'm thinking maybe it's something where it's got to be very intricate and like guys just can't. And it was like, no, like the patience, because guys get so worked up about something that it's like if they fail for 15 minutes straight, like they're done with it forever. But women can sit. So it's one of those. Okay, so what is something that women just offer that men will never be able to offer that right now it's being overlooked.
Ooh, that's being overlooked?
Yeah, or just not appreciated, or being like, oh no, it's equal playing field. We both, they should both be able to do it. But in reality, only women can offer this.
I think anything that deals with emotion, or honestly, there are times that I'm like, if I had a male boss, I've never had a male boss. Actually, I did in high school, and he was intimidating. And I felt like, okay, if I'm having a bad day and I want to go to the bathroom and cry, there's a difference between a woman seeing it and a man seeing it, and like a woman actually caring about her employees and being like, oh, why are you having such a bad day? Women are just, more nurturing.
So it's like more of like a
heart.
maternal thing.
Yeah, I would think so. But not just maternal, because, that's just putting us in a box like, oh, we're supposed to have babies.
Yeah. Barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. Yeah.
But there are also things that, like, I don't know. I guess we're going to cut that out.
I'm not going to censor you. I know that. Your job might, but I'm not going to censor you. You can say whatever you want.
No, we're good. We're good.
Do you think a woman will ever be president of the United States?
I think a woman could be president.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you think it will happen realistically? I'm talking in our lifetime.
I think so. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
There are some good women out there.
Sure.
I mean, one attempted.
Yeah, that's true.
So
we almost had, well, not almost, it wasn't even close, but like Sarah Palin,
right?
When she was vice, running for vice. So they're like, okay, women might be in the White House here.
I mean, why is there any reason they shouldn't be?
Oh, I mean, I don't think so. I'm just wondering, like, from a woman's standpoint,
they should for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A woman will be a president in our lifetime, and honestly, it's going to be one of my little Girl Scouts.
Oh, absolutely, way to empower. Yeah, I guess the only thing that would be, it's not even just women. I think it's just about any other demographic except for like a man with a wife and kids, is like when you're looking at around the world, you have different, I guess, like expectations. Mm-hmm. So that was one thing. We can get into sexuality, I don't care. But like when they're talking about Mayor Pete, so Mayor Pete was openly gay, married to a man, and he wasn't necessarily a front runner for the Democratic primary, but he was a figure. And you think, okay, America, parts of South America, most of Europe are like very progressive.
Right.
Other than that, nowhere else in the world is progressive. So then you think, okay, is Mayor Pete and his husband, are they going to get off Air Force One in the Middle East and like be welcomed and be respected?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So when you think like from a strategy standpoint,
right?
You think, I mean, will they? Because like in terms of foreign relations, because the rest of the world. So then you think from like a woman, like is a woman going to be welcomed in parts of Africa, the Middle East, parts of Asia, parts of South America? I mean, I don't know.
That's a good point. Honestly, I didn't think about that when he was, running. But they should be.
Yeah.
I think if that's the case, they should change their thinking. I mean,
yeah.
They can only change their thinking if there's a reason to, and that reason would be if a woman was elected, and that should happen. Mm-hmm. I mean,
what do you think the man would do? The first gentleman, whatever he would be called. I don't know.
I mean, he would decorate the White House for Christmas.
I would love to have that role, dude. I think I want to be the first man.
Right.
And be like, we're going all mid-century modern. Imagine Mad Men, and then Mad Men is now like, that Oval Office is outdated.
Yeah.
You can't blame Trump when he goes, I'm staying at my resort. This place is old and moldy, and it's small. It's just, that dude came from like a gold palace.
I've only been to 2 presidential libraries, and my favorite part is to see like what the decorations were at Christmas time.
Did you go to the Clinton one in Arkansas?
I did go to the Clinton one.
Because that one won a bunch of awards.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
What other one did you go to?
And then I went to the Reagan one in California.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, it was a good time. I just want to say, Kyle, if you're listening, he made me go to the Reagan Presidential Library when I wanted to go to Rodeo Drive. So,
ooh,
just an LA vacation.
Yeah, 2 great landmarks. So,
but thank you for taking me. I appreciated it. Very
good. Good stuff. Did you learn anything from the presidential libraries?
I learned that what I find interesting, my brother can find interesting 3 times as long, and he will read everything there. So if you go, bring some snacks because you're gonna be hanging out. You're gonna be hanging out for a long time. But right. I like to look at like what you can see like their agenda for that day, and like it has every agenda the whole like 8 years, and they are always at like resting on my birthday. Because it's always after election season. So it's always like day off.
Wait, when's your birthday?
November 7th.
Oh, no kidding. That's my mom's.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's why we're...
And Billy Graham, yeah.
Is it really Billy Graham's birthday?
Yeah, dude. Wow, congratulations.
I'm in good company.
Yeah, you are. Lisa Weston and Billy Graham.
Scorpio season.
Sure. Yeah, happy Scorpio season. Do horoscopes determine the way you behave day to day?
Absolutely not.
No?
What? I just, I don't even, I literally, the only one I know is Scorpio because
that's you?
It's my birthday because I'm selfish.
When's your birthday? Do you know? Aries. She's in Aries.
What are you?
August 31st.
Ooh, you're a Leo. Is that right? I don't know.
The lion?
My sister's August 20th and she's a Leo. So I lied. I do know that.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I know the dates are weird. I don't know a whole lot about horoscopes. So
you want me to read your palm right now? I can read
your
your card.
Can you read my palm?
No.
What does it say? Is that the one where it tells you when you're going to be married and what kind of car you're going to drive?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like that game you played? Remember that?
MASH.
Is that what it is?
Oh, no.
Like
what
you had the little
that?
finger thing?
Yeah.
You had the paper?
3.
Yeah, you'd open it up.
Go tell Jason, hey.
Yeah. We didn't have to do that one, but yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we were talking about. We were talking about feminism.
We were talking about,
Which I
we got into
love.
presidential libraries.
Yeah. I see, and I think, okay, do you think guys should be feminists?
Yes. The thing is about feminism, I don't want girls to be above guys. I just want us all to be on an equal playing field, except I want y'all to draw on employment and us to get all your money and all your wealth.
Love that.
So, I don't know. I'm walking on a tightrope here, Isaac.
You are. I know. Maybe, I'm telling you, if this ever takes off, we'll buy you out of your job, which is kind of a shame. I kind of wish everyone could just talk, you know?
Yeah,
I really
agree.
do. Because we've seen that with the way stuff's headed the last couple of years, which is one reason I made the podcast, was just because, like, I'm just tired of cancel culture. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, come here. You can't cuss me out, but you can, like, say what else you're thinking.
No,
I
agree.
care.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and no one should.
Yeah, and it's protected.
Should
Girl Scouts read the Constitution? Do they read the Constitution?
No.
Why don't they? Why aren't they reading it?
I don't know. I'll make them watch Hamilton.
Does
that count?
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I assume it's...
Honestly, it's not that great.
Really? Ooh.
I've seen it in person, too.
Really?
And I'm a big Broadway head. I've seen over 30 shows.
Okay, best musical you've ever seen. Or just live performance.
Okay, love Jersey Boys.
Oh, there it is. Okay, done. I just want to make sure it was on the list. Okay, what else?
Literally, I've seen it 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Incredible. Yeah.
Incredible. I didn't know. I walked into it blind.
Uh-huh.
This is like my favorite story. Miss Kathy Atnip, if
Who's
you're
that?
listening, my 7th grade math teacher.
It sounds like catnip.
Atnip.
Yeah, Kathy Atnip.
My mom said she would take me to the Orpheum if I made 100 on my next math test, and I did, and that was a show I got to see.
Jersey Boys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I made that 100. And then Waitress is amazing. Also went to that one blind.
Okay.
Those are my top 2. Honestly, I mean, you got the classics. You got Wicked, Legally Blonde, the musical, Les Mis, Phantom of the Opera. I mean, I can go.
You've seen a lot. Wow.
I can go on and on about
but
this.
Jersey
subject.
Boys is still like...
Oh, Jersey
that's
Boys
top
is
shelf.
number 1.
Oh, man, that's so great. I saw it in high school as a kid. My parents saw it a couple times and said, all right, when you get older, you'll go. And killed it. And then when I went to New York, we watched it on Broadway. And I'll say, it was better the first time than it was on Broadway.
Did you see it in Memphis?
I saw it in Nashville
Okay.
at T-Pack. But, oh, dude, they killed it.
It's so good.
And then went and saw this thing called Midtown Men senior year, which was at the Symphony Hall in Nashville, which was the guys who used to play Jersey Boys on Broadway for like 20 years.
Oh, that's
They retired
amazing.
from doing the Broadway, and they just toured and played music, and they did a bunch of like 50s and 60s songs only. And they went up there and had like an orchestra behind them, and they all sang. It was a killer. And then, of course,
so
saw
good.
Jersey Boys in theaters when it came out.
Oh, same.
Because Clint Eastwood is, anything he touches, it's going to be good.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Have it on DVD, RIP DVDs.
Go
I'll
good.
just stream it now.
Yeah, no kidding. Just use it to. I don't even know what we do with DVDs anymore. I don't even know.
Collector's item.
Yeah, so I don't even know where you put. I guess you can put one in like a laptop, maybe. But like
my laptop
doesn't even have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about that the other day. I was like, well, that's lame.
Right.
It's like, well, now what? So, well, that's good, dude. If you could be any animal for a day, what would you be?
Be any animal?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, for sure a dog. I look at my dog every day. Well, it's my roommate's dog, Polly. And every day I leave for work, and she's just asleep on the couch, and I'm like, I want to be asleep on the couch.
So that's why you'd be a dog, to be asleep on the couch all day.
And then you like
what?
And then you get like loves
Oh,
from
okay.
people. Like you're the number 1 loved animal.
And what breed would you want to be?
Ooh. I love a good bulldog, even though
Like an English or American or French?
Not a French. Like the Hell State Bulldog.
Oh, yes, yes.
What is that, English Bulldog?
I guess that's an English Bulldog, yeah.
Yeah. But
because the Americans are like really big compared to the English.
I don't know.
Yeah, English are those are the desirable ones. Yeah, you probably want English.
But I'm also I love a good golden retriever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what animal would you want to be?
Either a lion or a red-tailed hawk. One of the two.
And that's what you would want to be for the day.
Yeah, if I could pick one for the day.
Okay.
It'd be one of those.
I mean, I respect the top of the food chain.
Exactly.
And then you get to fly and see everything.
Exactly. And then like
Just
lions
travel.
I think lions are just desirable creatures.
No, I love lions.
Yeah.
I love a good lion, but
we just big fan of lions.
I mean,
So,
I'm a big lion guy.
Did you watch Tiger King?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you saw like he had the lions and the like 200 something tigers and all that, and it seemed like it was happily ever after. Because
are you into that?
Into Tiger King,
like domesticating like wild
no.
animals? Okay, me either.
Yeah, dude. Even as time's gone on, I've kind of seen the debate with zoos. Because like all the people that are into really into like nature conservation, like actual like hunters and big game and people that work with animals, it's like I mean, like when you go out in the wild and you see stuff in the wild, oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's like you're in their territory, seeing how they truly are. So like I don't think it's like, oh, shut down all the zoos because it's inhumane. A lot of them have great practices and take great care of animals.
Yes.
But then it's stuff like if you actually want to get the full experience, I want to see them out in their element.
Right.
So
I know you look at the animals like at the Memphis Zoo, and sometimes I'm like,
oh, dude,
it's so sad.
Yeah, someone went and had a grizzly bear. And I've got to see grizzly bear in the wild a couple times.
Right.
And they're so pretty, and they're so. But then you see them there, like looks like they have patches in their fur, and it's like discolored.
Yeah.
And they look sad, and like their pads look dry, and you're like, well, this is depressing.
It's
to see,
so depressing.
You know? Or I saw like a snow leopard, and it kept pacing right in front of it, and just wanted.
And
like
that's
oh.
all it can do because like the cage is so
Can't go
small.
anywhere. So. I don't know.
So save the animals.
Yeah, but no, definitely not into domesticating because at the end of the day, like they're a wild animal.
Right.
Like if they turn on you, you can't be surprised. Don't be
Exactly.
naive. Like it is a tiger.
Did you know that Carol Baskin was on Dancing with the Stars?
I heard that. Has it already happened?
Yeah, she got voted off last night.
That's good. She should be in prison.
I agree. I was like, why are we like,
dude?
Like we cancel other people, but Carol Baskin can come on Dancing with the Stars?
Did you think she ever went down to Epstein's Island?
Ooh.
I don't know if there's a conspiracy about it, but everyone goes down there for some reason. Like all these names.
Did you watch the documentary
on Epstein?
Yeah.
The Filthy Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've watched
same.
so much Epstein stuff. That's why I'm so woke. That's why you can't trust Republicans, you can't trust Democrats, you can't trust any royal family. Don't even trust like Walt Disney anymore.
Which is so sad because I love Disney.
And you're like,
I'm a Disney adult.
They have a bunch of pedophilia, and you're like, wait, what?
Oh,
Not Disney.
Tom Hanks.
I
try
can't even watch a movie with him anymore. Can't think straight.
Literally try to explain to my parents who love Tom Hanks, and I'm like, y'all have to know.
There's a good possibility he might be involved in this. Yeah.
The pictures on his Instagram.
I know.
It's so much.
There's a ton. There's stuff too where it's like even like Jerry Seinfeld's on the flight logs, Eminem's on the flight logs. You're like, these guys are just absolute pillars in my life. Like Eminem, like Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
But these people like got me into comedy, got me into hip hop, and turns out they were wrapped up in that.
No,
There's like a bunch of other presidents, like don't trust the Bushes, don't trust the Clintons. Yeah,
it's terrible. It's really sad.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't.
And I love the royal family. I used to anyway.
I know it's a shame.
It's a shame.
And then it's like that adds a whole nother level to like how Princess Diana might have died, you know, and trying to get out and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised. So we're about to have a watch party. What's up, guys? We have the debate coming on in a minute to our listeners. Is there anything else? No. I know. Is there anything else you want to cover before we have to end off? We're actually at 55 minutes about, believe it or not.
I'm scared. I'm scared to hear the final result of this.
Well,
I feel like it was a lot of rambling.
Yeah. Usually we have more of a line of questions, but you and I think we just are two big talkers.
I think we need to have like a bonus episode of like just pop culture related stuff because
we can and all the woke stuff.
All the woke.
Well, we can have you back on as an anonymous guest and then just flame.
Maybe that's what you should do now. What was my theme song? You got to sum me off so I can do it.
Okay. Do you have any good advice or a good quote?
Ooh.
To end it on that Kristen wants people to know in here?
Oh my goodness, you should have totally let me look it up before
You want to look something up? I can stall. Talk about the joint. Okay, so I have no experience with chiropractics, but I am so excited for the joint to come to Hot Springs and Gulfport, Biloxi. Biloxi. Okay, I am so excited to get down there to the Gulf and go get my neck popped. Yeah, you need what's Girl Scouts mantra or something? Or do you have anything just
on my
change
honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law.
That's a killer little. What was that? Your mission statement? What are your creed or what?
The Girl Scout promise.
That's incredible.
Right. We have the name of God in there.
Yeah, and country.
And country.
God, country, family, baby. Yeah, right, Alex. God, country, family. Oh, she's about it. Alex is dying to go to the shooting range after this podcast.
We're going there right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Anything else you want to say? Where do people keep up with you? You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Twitter.
Yeah, you can follow me at Kristen Lusby, Kristen Lusby.
Sure. Which will tag
That's
you.
my Twitter.
Sure.
That's my Instagram. That's my Facebook. That's my LinkedIn. You
Oh,
know.
I gotta follow you on all those.
Yeah.
I just have Instagram.
Give me a follow. God bless. God bless America. Everyone out there, make good choices.
Very sure.
Be good. Sure. Be good humans. Be kind to one another.
Sure. Very sure.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Signing off.
Kristen Lusby, thank you for coming on. We'll do your theme song real quickly.
Bum bum ba-da-da bum.
Sick. That was Kristen Lusby. I'm Isaac Weston. Thank you guys for listening. See you on the other side.